Have you been feeling unusually tired lately, especially experiencing a heavy brain fog or profound fatigue shortly after eating a meal? Maybe you've noticed a subtle, velvety darkening of the skin around your neck, armpits, or groin, or perhaps an unexpected increase in small skin tags. You might even be dealing with blurry vision, feeling constantly thirsty, and making more frequent trips to the bathroom. It is incredibly common to brush these things off as just signs of aging, stress, or a busy lifestyle. But these subtle, easily ignored clues could be pointing to a hidden metabolic condition affecting a staggering 115.2 million American adults, which is more than 2 in 5 people. Even more shocking is the fact that 8 out of 10 of these individuals have absolutely no idea that their metabolic health is in danger. Today, we are going to break down exactly why millions of Americans don't know they have prediabetes. Before we begin, don't panic. This video isn't here to scare you. It's here to give you clarity, confidence, and hope. The information you're about to hear is based on medical evidence and could change the way you understand this condition. Stay with me until the end to discover treatments naturally and medicine science-backed steps that can help you take better control of your health. The silent nature of prediabetes. To understand why this massive diagnostic gap exists, we have to look at what prediabetes actually is and how it behaves in the body. Prediabetes is a serious health condition where your blood sugar, or glucose, levels are higher than normal, but not yet high enough to be diagnosed as full-blown type 2 diabetes. When you eat, your digestive system breaks down food into sugar, which enters your bloodstream. Your pancreas releases a hormone called insulin, which acts like a key to unlock your cells so they can absorb that sugar and use it for energy. In prediabetes, your cells stop responding normally to insulin, a state known as insulin resistance. Because the cells resist the insulin, your pancreas pumps out more of it, but eventually it can't keep up, and sugar begins to build up in your blood. The primary reason millions of Americans remain undiagnosed is that this process happens very gradually, making it an overwhelmingly silent condition. Most people feel completely fine for years. When symptoms do appear, they are usually the subtle ones we mentioned earlier. Acanthosis nigricans, which are those darkened patches of skin tags, postprandial fatigue, increased thirst, and frequent urination. Because these signs are so mild, they rarely prompt a visit to the doctor on their own. Who is at risk and when to screen? Because you cannot rely on symptoms to tell you if you have prediabetes, proactive screening is your absolute best defense. This requires a simple blood test ordered by your doctor, such as a fasting plasma glucose test or a hemoglobin A1C test. A normal fasting blood sugar is between 70 and 99 milligrams per deciliter, while prediabetes is diagnosed at 100 to 125 milligrams per deciliter. For the A1C test, which measures your average blood sugar over 2 to 3 months, a result of 5.7% to 6.4% indicates prediabetes. So, who should be getting these tests? The guidelines from reputable medical organizations emphasize proactive screening based on age and risk factors. The U.S. Preventive Services Task Force, USPSTF, recommends screening for prediabetes and type 2 diabetes in adults aged 35 to 70 who have overweight or obesity. Meanwhile, the American Diabetes Association, ADA, recommends universal screening for all adults starting at age 35, regardless of their weight, and testing even earlier for individuals who carry specific risk factors. You are at a much higher risk if you have a body mass index, or BMI, over 25, or over 23 if you are Asian American. Other major risk factors include having a family history of diabetes, living a sedentary lifestyle, or having a history of gestational diabetes or polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS. Furthermore, data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, shows that prediabetes disproportionately impacts certain communities, with African American, Hispanic/Latino, Native American, Asian American, and Pacific Islander individuals facing a significantly higher risk. Taking control, reversing prediabetes naturally. Here is the most important takeaway of this video. Prediabetes is not a life sentence, and it is highly reversible if you take early action. The gold standard for natural reversal is structured lifestyle modification. The CDC backs the National Diabetes Prevention Program, National DPP, an evidence-based initiative focused on healthy eating and increased physical activity. Research proves that losing just 5% to 7% of your body weight through these lifestyle changes can cut your overall risk of developing type 2 diabetes by more than half and by 71% for individuals over the age of 60. To achieve this, focus on overhauling your diet by avoiding blood sugar spiking foods like sugary beverages, baked goods, and simple carbohydrates. Instead, fill your plate with complex carbohydrates, vegetables, and lean proteins that digest slowly and help stabilize your insulin levels. Pair this nutritional shift with at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity every week, which could be as simple as a brisk 30-minute walk 5 days a week. Medical treatments and the latest science. Any medication mentioned in this video should only be used under the supervision and prescription of a qualified physician. Do not self-medicate. While lifestyle interventions are always the first line of defense, current medical guidelines recognize that some patients may benefit from additional pharmacological help. For high-risk individuals, particularly those under age 60, those with a BMI over 35, or women with a history of gestational diabetes, the American Diabetes Association recommends considering the medication Metformin. Metformin helps reduce the amount of sugar your liver produces and makes your cells more sensitive to insulin, effectively lowering the risk of progressing to type 2 diabetes. Additionally, modern medical science has brought forward new therapies that target weight management as a primary treatment goal for metabolic dysfunction. GLP-1 receptor agonists, such as semaglutide, have been shown in major cardiovascular outcome trials to produce significant body weight loss in patients with overweight or obesity. By addressing excess weight, these medications can drastically improve metabolic health and reduce the risk of cardiovascular events, which is critical since prediabetes itself raises your risk for heart attack and stroke. Prediabetes is a quiet warning, but it is one you have the power to answer. By knowing your risk factors, asking your doctor for an A1C test, and embracing healthy lifestyle changes, you can protect your future. If you have any questions, leave a comment describing your situation. As a doctor, I'll personally read your comments and do my best to answer your questions. If you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button and follow the channel to join our growing health community. I post evidence-based videos regularly to help you make informed decisions about your well-being. Stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.